This tutorial is going to cover when the service pack install is asking for the entitlement. When installing the service pack, we are going to run an authentication check to our authentication server to validate your registration information and that you have an active support plan. Some of the causes of a failure to check authentication include installing the service pack prior to the program being registered, which to resolve this, you can restore a system backup if you're removing from another install, or enter the registration information under Utilities Registration Information from within the product. Another cause is that the support plan has expired. To resolve this, contact sales at 800-447-5700 to renew your support. Another possible cause is that your firewall is blocking access to the entitlement site. This site is outside of the US. It is an Australian site, so you'll need to work with your IT to allow access to sites outside of the US. The last possible cause is that the registration entered in your program does not match what we have on file. You can access your registration information from customers.sagenorthamerica.com. Once logged in, you can go under Activation Codes and Detail to view your registration information. This should match what is entered under Utilities Registration Information. Let's go ahead and take a live look at a demonstration on how to cover the resolution of some of these causes. When installing the service pack, you might get prompted for the registration ID, system manager serial number, and entitlement code. If this does not populate automatically with information, it indicates that there is a problem. In this case, we're going to look at the causes of some of the problems and then the resolution for. So if you are installing a service pack and you get this API error, registration ID missing or incomplete, if you are installing on a new server or a new standalone computer, the most likely cause is that you have not yet registered the product. If you're moving from a different server to a new server, the first thing that you're going to want to do is log into Sage BusinessWorks and select your company. If the modules are grayed out as they appear here, that is an indication that you have not yet registered the product. Select File, select Company, and select the sample company. Then go to File and Restore the system backup that you have made from your old server. Once you select the system backup to restore, hit Next to continue with the restore, and then go ahead and click Start. Once the backup is restored, select File and select Company, and then select your company and notice that the modules that you have registered are now available. Now, if this were a brand new install and you have not yet have a system backup to restore, you would go to Utilities, Registration Information, and then you would manually enter in the registration ID first, followed by the module registration and then the network registration. In regards to you receiving that message because your support plan has expired, remember you can contact sales at 800-447-5700 to renew your support plan, and after 24 hours after you renew your support plan, you will have access to be able to install the service pack. If your firewall is blocking access to the entitlement site, you will need to work with your IT to allow access to sites outside of the US. This would you can narrow it down to a firewall issue is if all your registration information is entered and valid, you have an active internet connection with an active support plan. Most likely it will then be a firewall issue. You can always try to download and run the entitlement on another computer, but if you are on Sage BusinessWorks 2021, that service pack will need to be installed on every computer. Now, if you are still failing entitlement, you do have registration information, and you are still questioning if everything entered in is correct, you can go to our customer portal site, and the customer portal site is customers.sagenorthamerica.com. Once you're in the site, go ahead and click Log On. Go ahead and enter your credentials and click log on again. Once logged in, you're going to go to activation codes and then details. You should just have any Sage products that you're registered for displaying on this screen. So make sure you select Sage BusinessWorks and then scroll down under product details and it will show your serial number, activation code, and registration ID. If all that information is matching and you're still having an issue, go ahead and click on the live chat button. Connect with us on chat and we will be glad to assist with troubleshooting your issue. Once the registration has all been entered and confirmed, you should be able to continue with the service pack install. And once it goes out and checks the entitlement, it's going to validate the entitlement, provide an entitlement code, and then you can continue with your service pack install. I want to thank you for taking the time to view the tutorial today. Have a great day and thanks for choosing Sage.